Good morning, dear students. Welcome to online class. So, today we are going to study social science subject of class 8th standard. In social science, we are going to deal with a very important section, that is geography. Okay, in geography, the chapter is like this, children: agriculture. So, in this chapter, we are going to cover some very important topics like introduction, agriculture, farm system, types of farming, subsistence farming, commercial farming, major crops, agricultural development, a farm in India, a farm in the USA. Okay, so these many topics we are going to cover in this particular chapter. So, we start along with the introduction of this lesson. So children, here in introduction we are going to discuss some very important activities which is related to agriculture. Well children, here in the process of the production, here some very important activities are required. The first activity, that is primary activities. So here primary activities, it is going to include all those connected with extraction and production of natural resources. So here you can see that children, here you can see that primary activities, these are going to include all those which is going to connected with the extraction of production, with extraction of the production. So in the process of production, here the main thing, that is we are going to extract the natural resources by here, by you can see that children, here by the so here you can see that we are first and foremost thing, we are going to extract, we are going to separate the natural resources. And children, in the primary activities, first and foremost thing, that is here to get a material, to get a prepared material, first we are going to extract the natural resources. So here along with the natural resources, we are going to send it for the production purposes to the factory. Okay, so the primary activities, it is going to comprise agriculture, fishing and gathering. As you know that children, here agriculture, so agriculture, it is a main source and it is a backbone and it will help the economic development. Okay, so only it is considered as a primary activity. Okay children, here so primary activities means it is going to connected with the extraction and production of natural resources. So the good example from the primary activities, that is agriculture, fishing and gathering. Then next we will move to the secondary activities. Secondary activities, these are going to concerned with the processing of these resources. So in the primary activities, you just saw that children, here we are going to extract the natural resources, we are going to extract the natural resources, and with the help of these natural resources, here we are sending some raw materials for the production purposes. But in the secondary activities children, here whatever here we are going to get from the natural resources, these are going to be sent for the process of manufacturing. So for example, here iron ore, it is a mineral resource children. Okay, iron ore, it is a mineral resource, as we learnt in the weavers, iron smelters, factory owners. In that lesson we learnt that iron ore, it is a very important natural resource children. Here we got this natural resource from the Rajagraha hills. Okay, so here you can see that children, here iron ore, it is in a raw form. Okay, so this raw form comes in the primary activity children, here. So now if this raw iron ore, when we sent for the manufacturing of steel, when we sent it for the manufacturing of steel, here you can understand the point children, here. So here when we sent the raw iron ore for the manufacturing purposes, then it is a good example of secondary activity. Okay, I hope the concept is clear children. So another one important example I would like to tell you here children, here Baking of bread. As you know that children here, baking of a bread, this is also a manufacturing activity. So first of all here the baker, he is going to here prepare the baker is going to prepare the flour, and once he is going to mold it, then afterwards he is going to prepare the bread. The same thing children, another one very good example, that is weaving of cloth. So here weaving of cloth, you can see that children here, weaving of cloth almost all done with the raw cotton. First raw cotton we are going to get from the primary activity, no. So afterwards when it is sent for the factory, that comes under the secondary activity. Okay children, I hope this concept is clear. Okay. Next here, the very important thing, that is tertiary activities. Well children, here tertiary activities, what is tertiary activity? So these provide support to the primary and secondary sectors through services. So children, in primary activity we saw that we are going to extract the natural resources children here. Then along with this, in the secondary activities we saw that children here manufacturing is there. And what is tertiary activity? Well here tertiary activity, it is going to provide a good service through advertisement, through transport, to trade, through banking, insurance. Okay, so here these provides support to the primary and secondary activities through services. So once I would have done the agriculture. Okay, so in agriculture I got the raw materials children here. So these raw materials I would have sent for the secondary activities, for the manufacturing purposes children here. So now these whatever manufactured goods are there, that I have to sell in the market, no. So for this purpose children here, I am going to approach a tertiary activity. So in tertiary activity children here, you can understand that for my goods, it is going to provide transport, it is also going to provide trade, and it is also going to provide banking, insurance, and my product is going to be advertised through the newspapers and through the television. Okay, this was all regarding the introduction of the production and the agricultural purposes. Okay, we will move forward. So next here, agriculture, the main thing, the very main activity, the primary activity, that is agriculture. So what is agriculture and what it is going to include? So here agriculture children, mainly it includes growing of crops, fruits, vegetables, flowers, and many more things. So these many things are going to be included by agriculture. So here one more question they are going to ask me, so you have to answer that here. Agriculture includes not only growing the crops, it also grows fruits, vegetables, flowers, and along with this children here, rearing of livestock, means cattle rearing, means here along with the practice of agriculture, here the farmer he is going to keep domestic animal along with him. Okay children, so in the world 50% of persons are engaged in agricultural activities. So before only I said you that children here, agriculture, this is a very important term. It is very important term children here. It will help in the economic development. It is a backbone of a country. So 50% of the persons are engaged in the agricultural activities. So in India, agriculture is really very important. 2/3 of India's population is still dependent on agriculture. So most of the population that is totally dependent on agriculture. So here you can see that children, for agricultural purposes, some important factors are also required children. So some important factors, like here you can see that favorable topography also is required, means fertile land is required, children, here. And soil must and should be fertile. And climate also plays a very important role for the agricultural activities, children, here. Then the land on which the crops are grown, this is also called as a arable land. Means if anyone asks that what is the meaning of arable land, means you have to write that the land which is suitable for the purpose of cultivation, the land which is suitable to grow the crops, this is known as arable land. Okay, so here we will move forward. I hope the concept is clear. Okay, so next here, farm system. Just now you understood about the agriculture. Next term, that is farm system. So what is farm system? What is the importance of a farm system? The important inputs of agriculture are seeds, fertilizers, machineries and labor. Without these, the agriculture is not done, children, here. The operations needed are plugging, sowing, irrigation, weeding and harvesting. So just now I said you that, children, here agriculture is the backbone of a particular country, children, here. So once we have thought to do agriculture, certain things are going to be required. So what things are required, children? First and foremost thing, we want a suitable land, children, here. So seeds are required, children, here. So once we have sown the seeds, so to protect the seeds here, to get a good yield, we require a fertilizers. So fertilizers are going to protect here our crops, by our crops which is going to spoil by the insects. Okay, and machineries are also required, no, children, here. So machineries are also required, and children, here labor is also required, children. The operation that is needed to get a good yield, that is plugging. First of all, if we are going to sow a seed, means here, children, first we have to do plugging, then we are going to sow the seeds, then irrigation, we are going to water the seeds. So irrigation means the water supply. Then weeding, time to time we are going to protect our crops by here by using the fertilizers. Then once the crops has been ripened, children, here we are going to harvest it. Okay, so then what are the outputs? The output from the system include crops, wool, dairy and pottery products. Okay, so here, children, the another one important term, that is types of farming. So farming can be classified into two important types. So these two important types, these are totally dependent upon the geographical conditions, demand of the produce. So geographical condition, what is the condition of the weather and the climate, the locality, what kind of a locality is there. So is it suitable for the agricultural purposes? These many things also we have to understand, children, here. And here the demand of the people. So we have produced the goods, but the produced goods must and should have the demand or not, children? Yes, it must and should have. And level of technology, what kind of technology we are going to use. Okay, so here on the basis of all these things here, farming has been divided into two types. First one, that is subsistence farming, children. Excuse me here. Subsistence farming and commercial farming. So let us study these two terms very detailedly here. So subsistence farming. So this type of farming is practiced to meet the needs of only the farmer's family. Here, children, here small amount of labor is going to be used, children. Then along with the small amount of labor here, farmer is going to produce the goods. But children, here he is going to produce the product only to fulfill his family's need. He is not going to sell the farm produces, farm products, whatever he has produced in the agricultural activity. Okay, so here in the subsistence farming, low levels of technology and household labor are used to produce on small output. So subsistence farming, as before only I said you that children, here farmer he is growing the crops, but these crops are used only by his family. He is not going to sell that goods or the produce. Okay, so in this process farmer is going to use his family members as a labor to produce the crops. Okay children, here. So then in the subsistence farming, it is going to be categorized into once again two types. First one, that is intensive subsistence farming, then primitive subsistence farming. So what is intensive subsistence farming? So in this type of farming, the farmer cultivates, he grows a small plot of land using simple tools and more labor. So in subsistence farming, children, you have to understand only two important terms. That farmer is going to cultivate on a small plot of land, but children, he is going to use a simple technology, simple tools and more labors. Okay, so here climate with large number of days with sunshine and fertile soil permit growing of more than one crop annually on the same plot. So here climatic condition must and should be suitable for growing the crops, children, here. Then here on the same plot, annually the same crop is going to be grown. This is called as intensive subsistence farming. Okay, we will move forward, children. So next here, nomadic herding. So nomadic herding is also a very important type of farming. It is practiced in the semi-arid and arid regions. So nomadic herding, this is practiced in the deserted areas like Sahara, Central Asia and some parts of India like Rajasthan and Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, so what is the method of nomadic herding? So in this method, children, here farmer is going to do a herdsman. Herds are there, animal herds are there. These move from one place to another place with animals for food and water along defined routes. So herdsmen, they go along with their respective animals in search of food and water. So some routes are particular routes are going to be identified. In this route only they have to maintain their routine work. Okay, so what kind of animals are going to be used in nomadic herding? Sheep, camel, yak and goats are most commonly reared animals. So children, here, so as you know that these are the domestic animals. So they are going to give us milk, meat, wool, hides and other products to herders and their families. So like this, children, here the farmer is going to meet its need. So I hope, children, today's concept is clear. If you have any doubt, if you have any query regarding this video, you can contact me on my WhatsApp number. Okay, and thank you for watching this video, children, and take care of yourself.